It's been a while since I've actually done a review, but this one I'm super excited about because it combines three of my favorite things in the entire world. That's including the Sega Dreamcast, fighting games, and modern PlayStation arcade sticks. Let's find out what it is. So here's the device itself, the Game Converter Super Converter from Brooks. This converts PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 arcade sticks and gamepads to be compatible with your Sega Dreamcast. This has been a long time coming. I'm actually glad that it finally arrived today. Brook has made several converters in the past for PlayStation 3 to Xbox, Xbox to PlayStation 3, or even to the Switch and Wii U systems. So I'm excited to have this. Not much to it on the side. On the back side, we actually have instructions on how it sets up, where you can use your control pad or arcade stick to the converter and essentially to your Dreamcast. Inside, we just simply have a instruction booklet, as well as the device itself, which looks like it just has a basic Dreamcast connector at the end. On the front here, we have a micro USB, which allows for firmware updates, and then your normal USB or your PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 controller or arcade stick would go. There's a button on the top. You hold it down for 5 seconds. Depending on the color, the green one means that it's set for controller mode, and red for fight stick mode. So keep that in mind when you're switching between those two. That's very important to know. So again, you use the first port of your Dreamcast. Each one can accommodate one. You simply plug it in. And as a word of caution, you always want to plug in your controllers first before you power on your Dreamcast. Otherwise, you end up risking possibly blowing these ports. And I can't tell you how many times I've come across used Dreamcasts with the ports blown because somebody has actually plugged in the controller after turning on the system. Don't do that. Alright, so I got Third Strike here booted up on the old Dreamcast. It's all connected and everything. It's in arcade mode. I did find that the buttons are already completely mapped for you. I didn't have to do any configuration, which is actually really nice. This is just a standard PlayStation 3 arcade stick. I do apologize for how the camera is kind of facing off to the side. I didn't have an easy way to kind of show off how the stick works in conjunction with this. So we're going to give this a try. Down, up, right, back dash works, dash forward, light, medium, and fierce. All buttons seem to be really responsive, including the back ones, which are nice. Pull off Dragon Punch is pretty good. Tatsu's work. And Fireballs, which are really nice. And Supers. Perfect. Feels really good, actually. So yeah, when we come back, we're going to try it out with a PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 controller. Maybe we'll find out how it works wirelessly with a PlayStation 4 controller. Alright, so this is actually super cool. I've already plugged in my PS4 controller. You can see the light is activated on it. Into the converter, I got the green light after holding down the main button for 5 seconds. And then after a while, I unplugged the USB, and I now have a wireless controller for my Dreamcast. So that's pretty cool. We're going to go to normal training here. We're going to go back. I'm just using the D-pad at this point. I'm going to go in and see how this works. I'm just going to do zombie settings here is fine. Trading options, infinity, and normal mode. As you can see, the D-pad works pretty good. And I'm actually able to smoothly pull off some moves. Now, I am better on control pad than I am an arcade stick, just because that's how I grew up more playing these games. I was more of a Darkstalkers player back in the day on the arcades, but yeah, this is amazing, and it's a pretty easy way if you're used to PlayStation 4 controllers and you want to play old school games and you have a wireless controller. I'm not sure how many feet you can have between the PlayStation 4 controller and the converter, though. That's one thing I'll have to test. I'm sure it's more than, up to 6 feet or more, but Yeah, this is working pretty well. So as you can see, the converter works very well, and it will breathe new life into your fighting games if you're a Dreamcast enthusiast. With the added bonus that if you're a modern-day gamer and you don't want to use that pesky Dreamcast controller, you can plug this in and use your good old wireless PlayStation 4 controller with no problems. Really happy this came out. I'll probably have to pick up a second one. These are selling pretty fast. You can get this on FocusAttack.com or ArcadeShop.com, and will run you about $40 to get. Highly recommend picking up 2 or even 4 of these. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to call up some old friends for some Street Fighter and kick some butt.